Today we're coming back with another episode of Does JiL Love Your Boy? We're covering another stream where he spends 3 hours and 40 minutes talking smack about me. This is gonna be fun. What is up, you heathens and demons, you beautiful, blasphemous people? Welcome back to A Raging Atheist. I'm your boy Nakasuchi. And today we're getting into another episode of Does JiL Love Your Boy? But first, I really want to thank my patrons for their patronage. I want to thank anybody that's donated to the show over the course of the past 6 months or so. You guys have been an absolute luxury. Without you guys, this channel would not have improved as it has, and without you guys rolling into the future, this channel won't continue to improve. Your patronage means a lot. So, as I said, it's episode 2 of Does JiL Love Your Boy? And in this episode, we're going to cover another live stream where he's talking shit. And this live stream is like 3 hours and 40 minutes long. Like 3 hours and 40 minutes of JiL talking about your boy. And this is why I have to ask, does JiL love your boy? But one thing JiL obviously doesn't know is technical shit. So he's going to start this video and there's going to be like several minutes of silence. And I was really confused, but here, let's check it out. Where's the sound? Like, where's the fucking sound? And this would actually go on for several minutes. I'm like, where the fuck is the sound at? And then JiL comes in.
They want to make sure that that our opinions or our facts, rather, are not heard.
So, for 3.5 minutes, JiL didn't understand that his voice wasn't recording into the live stream. That shit happens sometimes. Sometimes it happens with the upload. But I have to ask, like, how did he not notice? And then, like, why didn't he cut it out so there's not 3.5 minutes of utter fucking silence?
So that's the reason for the censorship. That goes for Scholar Fiction as well.
Newsflash, guys, JiL isn't very good at this. But one thing I like about JiL is he's one of the people that always likes to put me up in comparison to Scholar Fiction. Scholar Fiction knows his shit. Scholar Fiction's been around for a long time. Thank you for the compliment. Jesus is Lord.
True Christians are not welcome in the atheist circles. If they do have a Christian on, they will make sure that Christian is not a true Christian and therefore not prepared or apt to teaching what Christianity actually teaches. They would call those individuals fundamentalists. So they don't want those people on their panels. But they will invite a quote-unquote Christian on their panel.
I mean, dude, literally, anybody that follows Jesus Christ is a Christian. That's kind of the requirement to be a Christian, is you have to follow Jesus Christ. You're talking about how these people don't follow Jesus Christ the same way you do, so they're not a Christian the same way you are, so they're not a Christian. That logic just doesn't work. But like, you say I lie about you, but who the fuck is lying now? Like, I literally bring fundamentals onto my channel all the time. I've brought you onto my channel, JiL, several times. I brought Sky out onto my channel several times. I brought Praise onto my channel several times. I brought Aaron Benton onto my channel several times. I've had Matt Powell on my channel several times. I have an open invitation to Ben the Baptist and Kent Hovind. I have an open invitation to any theist that wants to come on my channel. You just have to respect the rules. That means no slurs. That means you can't come in slinging slurs about gay people or whoever the hell you're hating on.
The Pope Francis would be considered a Christian to these individuals. So we know we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know that there's an agenda to whitewash Christianity, to turn Christianity into basically atheism with a spiritual twist.
I don't quite understand how atheists are trying to turn Christianity into atheism with a spiritual twist. You know, I tend to like more liberal Christians because I'm more liberal of a person. You know, like if you're a homophobe, I'm not gonna like you too much. That's just how it is. But I literally bring homophobes onto my channel all the time to be able to defend their positions and so I can smash on them. I don't get what the fuck you're talking about. Atheists aren't trying to change Christianity, we're trying to call it out. Now, these people have went to their more liberal forms of Christianity, their more spiritual forms of Christianity onto their fucking own. They didn't need atheists, and it was an atheist that led them there.
But we read our Bibles and we know that Christianity, there is no such thing as a gray area for Christianity. No gray, all right? It's black or white, no gray area. That angers the liberal. That frustrates the liberal to the point where they don't want to accept Christians who actually teach that is the case, that Christianity is an exclusive club.
I mean, if Christianity is such an exclusive club, why is it one of the largest religions in the world? Christianity isn't an exclusive club. All you gotta do is renounce your logic, accept Jesus, and you're a fucking Christian. But we all know JiL's like this conspiracy theorist, Trump wannabe, kind of douchebag. Not surprising. Let's move on. No, you want to make Christianity an exclusive club, but fact check. Christianity is one of the largest fucking religions in the world. Not so exclusive. All you literally have to do is renounce logic, accept Jesus, and boom, you're a fucking Christian. But we all know that JiL's like this conspiracy theorist, douchebag type of dude. So we're not surprised by this. Let's move on.
There's my sock there. Dems are full of shit. You like that one, right? And I responded to what was being said in the in this little forum here, this panel full of pagans, witches, and warlocks, and not one Christian. But yet the the title of the video is "Does Christianity Use Community to Pressure People into Their Religion?"
I mean, there's not a panel full of witches, warlocks, and pagans. There's one pagan, one witch, two atheists, maybe three. I'm not sure what Inquisitive Quandary is. He might be a Christian. I'm not positive about that. But, I mean, there's not a single fucking warlock, dude.
So I'm going to respond quickly. I won't be before you long. I'm also going to dispel a myth perpetrated by the left in regards to the true Scotsman fallacy. They have the definition correct, but they misappropriate, they misuse the term. So I'm going to educate you, liberal, on how to use the term properly. When is it being used correctly?
Oh, this is gonna be great. Like, I've heard about this shit. I can't wait till you really get into it. You're not gonna get into it in this video, but, like, I really can't wait until JiL educates me about anything. JiL who apologizes for slavery in the Bible by saying slavery isn't in the Bible, even as he reads verses saying slavery is in the Bible.
Because I can define a tool like a wrench, but I can then use it to try to clip my toenails, and I'm going to have issues. I'm misappropriating the use of the tool, even though I have the correct definition. So just because Horseface, just because John Peterson, just because you have the definition of the term doesn't mean that it's being used appropriately.
You know, I really can't wait till we get to the part where he tells us how to use it appropriately. I haven't seen it yet, I've heard about it, and I've heard it's fucking hilarious. But I really love how he calls out my brother from another mother, John Peterson. Calls him horseface. Like, dude, Jill, that's my name for John, and I call him that lovingly. You don't get to call him what I call him lovingly in spite. I mean, I guess you do get to do that, but it really just shows you to be the asshole that you are. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and add this shit because my friend John told me I could, and this is a public exchange that he had with Jesus is Lord, and it's the root why Jill is really butthurt with John right now. So it starts with this. Jill, the scripture interprets itself, and this is John talking. And this is a thing that Jill does. He does it when he comes live on air. He does it when he's trolling in chats. John's calling it like he sees it, hitting the nail on the head. Jesus is Lord responds, being the troll that he is. He's got to troll back. Right, the scripture interprets itself. Take a class or two in biblical interpretation so you can learn what that actually means and how to apply such hermeneutic to the text of scripture itself. Your biblical literacy, hopefully, then will be a thing of the past. John Peterson says, it has nothing to do with biblical literacy, which I am more than capable at. Thank you very much. I was a Christian for 35 years. This is strictly a point that relates to your faulty logic that Richard attempted to explain to you last night, but to no avail, apparently. Jesus' Lord responds, I was an atheist for 35 years. I doubt that. Who cares? You have already proven that 35 years you've learned nothing. You practiced Christianity for 35 years. John Peterson responds, No True Scotsman Fallacy. Claim without substantiation with regard to my knowledge base. Non-responsive with regards to the actual point made in my post. You're just not very good at this shit, Joe. Jesus is Lord. Do yourself a favor and watch the last video I made where I teach what the No Scotsman Fallacy is and how to correctly apply it. Thanks, Jill. John Peterson responds, do yourself a favor and save your suggestions. You are far too ignorant to teach me anything about anything except for how to be a bigot or misogynist. I in no way misapplied the No True Scotsman Fallacy in this exchange and understand it completely. I think you should actually learn what it is. It seems as if you are not clear on its meaning and usage. Try reading something other than thousands of years old. Sorry, John, you mistyped. Try reading something other than 1,000-year-old books of mythology. Maynard comes in. The scripture interprets itself. Just take a class or two on how to interpret it. Does anybody else see this as a self-defeating statement? John Peterson replying to Maynard. That's Jill for you. He does not possess the ability to make sense. Did you hear him in this stream saying that atheists and people who disagree with him have no effect on him? He has blocked dozens of people on YouTube. That doesn't sound like the actions of a person who is not affected by those that disagree with him. At John Peterson. Misogynists don't marry, they date in their 40s and 50s. They hate women. You're not married, are you? Jesus Lord at John Peterson. You've been refuted, atheist. Doubling down on your mistake won't help. John responds to Jill, making delusional claims of victory does not change reality. They make use of the No True Scotsman Fallacy. Fact, because you did not recognize that you did does not change the fact. Please get an education. Again, I suggest you read something other than the Bible. And then he says, being married has no bearing on whether you are a misogynist or not, you blithering idiot. Many misogynists are married. Jesus is Lord responds to John, I think I have damaged your reputation enough already. But if you're willing to go live in a public debate with that bad argumentation, I would be glad to embarrass you further. Scotland decides what it means to be Scottish, not you or I. John responds, rolling on the floor, laughing my fucking ass off. You have done no damage to me. The only one with a damaged reputation here is you. I would do a live stream with you anytime you want. The only stipulations are that it not be on your channel and that it is moderated by a woman. John Peterson then responds, Scotland has no bearing on the True Scotsman Fallacy. Nor do Christians get to decide whether other Christians are truly Christian. Christ, if he exists, is the only one with that honor.
All right, so pay attention, liberal. I'm going to educate you. You don't want me on your panel because you don't want that, because truth has become the new hate speech. So pay attention, okay? I'm going to play a clip from when I came in. Now, the raging atheist, this coward of a man, doesn't want me on his channel unless he wants to have a show what he calls a dumpster fire.
I mean, that shit was funny, right? That shit was just funny. JiL's a funny dude. But like literally, JiL, I've had you on for several shows that wasn't titled Dumpster Fires.
If he wants to have a dumpster fire, he will lift the ban that he placed on me and all my sock accounts, including this one now. I should have never revealed that it was a sock, but I told him after a while, I said, all right, this is enough. I told him, hey, this is JiL. So up until then, they thought I was some, Christian or Republican, Dems are full of shit. They didn't know who I was until I revealed myself. So I told the truth eventually.
So JiL just admitted to being deceitful, just admitted that it took him a while to tell the truth, which is fine. It's JiL. He has hundreds of sock accounts. But, I tried to explain this thing to him in the chat the other night, and he just doesn't fucking get it. Like, JiL, as far as I can remember, I have never personally banned you. My mods do, because you come into my live chats and you talk your shit, you troll, you say just really, really crazy shit, you proselytize, and they ban you. And then a few weeks later, I will unban you. Like, I unbanned you to come back on that show, and it looks like somebody else banned you. Maybe I did it, maybe I got drunk and got mad that you didn't show up and I banned you. That's possible. Don't remember doing that, but it's possible. But I have unbanned you again because it's what I do. Eventually, hopefully, you'll learn the fucking rules and you'll stop getting banned. That's on you. That's not on me. But that's enough for now. For episode 2 of Does JiL Love Your Boy? We're going to get into this hardcore. This is going to be my filler material because there's like 5 hours of material where JiL's talking smack about me and I love every minute of it. I'm going to try to cover every minute of it, but if I don't, I don't. If I do, it'll take a couple years. So if you like my videos, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share me on your social media, comment in the comment section below, hit that bell so you can be notified every time I make a new video and every time I have a new live event.